Okay, so there is delay in class because of internet issues. Okay, so coming to the current affairs, a drone attack was done on the Indian private ships. Of course, they were commercial ships, and USA attributed that to the Iran. Of course, they told that it may be correct or it may not be wrong. Two merchant vessels, MV Chem Pluto, and a Gabon flagged crude oil tanker were targeted in drone attacks in the Arabian Sea, raising concerns amid reports of Houthi militants. Yeah, of course. See, now why we are discussing this topic because what sort of steps are taken by the Indian government to ensure maritime security. So when you come to the maritime security, it is a term having lot of things under it, like it is a umbrella term. Maritime security involves many things, even pirates, illegal fishing, okay, and illegal trafficking. Yes, even they will sell drugs, they will exchange drugs in the ships, and also like Ajmal Kasab all the way came to India from the coastal areas, okay, and foreign ships, foreign ships which are moving within the, nearer proximity of the coast, if they use the radioactive elements as fuel, automatically they will also have a lot of impact on the maritime security. So this is an umbrella word which includes like maritime security refers to measures and strategies implemented to safeguard the seas, oceans, and maritime activities from various threats, including piracy, terrorism, environmental damage, and other illicit activities like supply of drugs or human trafficking or smuggling or pumping the fake currency into India. So, what they will do, they will pump Indian fake currency into India, by which our economy will ruin. If everybody is minting the money in our house, that is fake currency, even if you go to have a cup of tea, you will pay him 100 rupees. And in course of time, our Indian currency value will decrease and inflation will increase. What happened in Zimbabwe? Of course, it is not because of fake currency. There is other reason. And even take the example of Muhammad bin Tughlaq's period, when he replaced silver currency by copper and bronze currency. All the goldsmiths started minting the currency. Of course, he took every measure to control the counterfeit currency. But in rural areas, people could not, discriminate whether which is correct or which is wrong. So finally, he was forced to take back the bronze currency, and he was forced to give the silver currency in the place of bronze currency, which we have discussed in the history. So all these come under the maritime security, and we are having a coastline of 7,516 kilometers, including the islands. Okay, and we have discussed exclusive economic zone where we are permitted to harness the resources of the ocean. And India's 90% of trade is through the oceans. That is what you say, through the navigation or through shipping, because it is the cheapest mode of transportation. It is the cheapest mode of transportation. So for this, we have to protect our maritime environment or our coastal areas. So when you come to the economic significance, yes, just now I told you 90% of India's trade by volume is by maritime activities. Of course, national security, just now I told you the example of Ajmal Kasab. Such kind of persons will come. And even we are also having the border issues in the waters, like creek line between the India and Pakistan, Sir Creeks line. Okay, and strategic location. And India is located in a place such that its safety is very important to ensure the safety of even adjoining countries. Yes, there is no doubt in it. So it is the reason why we are having many bilateral treaties with the adjoining countries. Now, India's strategic position in the Indo-Pacific, intersecting major global shipping lanes, plays a crucial role in regional and global maritime security and protection of vital infrastructure. Yes, we have to protect our infrastructure very near to the coast, including our ISRO, Satish Dhawan Aerospace Center, which is very near to the coast. Then disaster response. If anything happens, automatically we have to act in a faster manner. For that purpose, even Indian government has increased the road connectivity and even tourism. Our coastal cities, take the example of Goa, is attracting many tourists from the foreign countries. So if you are unable to provide security, or if they feel that there is threat to their life, they will not come to India. Automatically, the income generated through the tourism sector will decline. Okay? Yes. And of course, scientific research, our vessels will move towards the Antarctica or to study some or other resources. So their safety is also very important. Like take the example of Bombay High. Bombay High is a ONGC crude oil platform. Daily ships will move from here to there, and even there are pipelines in the ocean which are carrying gas, crude oil, and even, if I am not wrong, internet, telecommunications, etc. Okay? Yes. Yeah. Now, challenges to the maritime security, of course, piracy and terrorism, illegal fishing, and boundary disputes between India and Pakistan, especially Sarkreek's line, and environmental threats. That is, if any ship using the atomic, radioactive mineral as a fuel, then it may harm our marine, environment. Now, government measures undertaken to safeguard the coastal areas. Remember this Sagar doctrine. Such type of things are very important to substantiate your answer in the main. So this year mains, you may there is chance that there is every chance that this question may appear. Sagar doctrine, India's Sagar doctrine, security and growth for all in the region. Full form underscores. What is the meaning of underscore? Importance, like underlining a sentence. Underscores India's commitment to fostering a secure and prosperous maritime neighborhood. So you have to remember this Saga doctrine. And strengthening infrastructure. You are modernizing the ports, and also you are taking steps like Sagarmala, and even Sagarmala is also having complementary Bharatmala. Both will get benefit. It will facilitate easy movement of our security vehicles or patrolling vehicles, which may include ships and also others. Okay. Now, like improving coastal security, the Indian Coast Guard has launched a coastal security scheme called Sagar Kavach. Like you are having rail Kavach. In the earlier classes, we have discussed rail Kavach to minimize the face-to-face collisions of the locomotives, that is trains, which involves the deployment of patrol vessels, UAVs, unmanned aerial surveillance vehicles, which includes drones, and maritime surveillance systems to monitor the coastline. In the present case of drone attack, the Indian Navy has deployed INS Marbgoa, INS Kochi, and INS Kolkata to maintain a deterrent presence. Yes. And again, countering piracy and maritime terrorism, the Indian Navy has deployed warships to the Gulf of Aden because this region is the busiest route. We have discussed Suez Canal route is the busiest route in India. We have discussed in our routine classes. Suez Canal joins the Red Sea and Mediterranean Sea. So this region is busy. So automatically government is taking more steps to safeguard this region. The Indian Navy has deployed warships to the Gulf of Aden and the Arabian Sea to counter piracy and maritime terrorism. The Navy has also conducted joint exercises with the navies of other countries, including US, Japan, and Australia. So they will transfer the technology, and combating illegal fishing. The Indian Coast Guard has launched Operation Oliva. You have to remember, what is Operation Oliva? It is to combat the illegal fishing. So adjoining countries, fishermen are coming into our territorial waters or exclusive economic zone, and they are catching the fish. Okay? So remember, combating illegal fishing. The Indian Coast Guard has launched Operation Oliva to combat illegal fishing in Indian waters. The operation involves the deployment of specialized patrol vehicles, but you please remember Operation Oliva. Yeah. Achilles 3. UAV attack drone impact on internal security. UPSC 2023 GS3 question. Yeah, it is how the UPSC will ask the questions, and we can easily assess them. Okay. Yes. Excellent. Now, global response. So of course, enhancing cyber security. Yes, we are using the technology, no doubt in it, and even we are also having the support from the adjoining countries, especially regional cooperation. India has prioritized regional cooperation in the Indian Ocean through initiatives like Indian Ocean Rim Association (IORA) and Indian Ocean Naval Symposium (IONS), and HADR capabilities, prompt humanitarian assistance, and disaster relief responses like Operation Sahayata in Mozambique. So it shows our the leadership role in the realm of the Indian Ocean. So automatically they will help us. Like we have discussed about the Gujarat's doctrine. What Gujarat doctrine says, we have to help our neighboring countries without expecting anything from them. Yeah. Operation Sahayata in Mozambique to natural disasters such as cyclones and tsunamis have earned India the reputation of a reliable partner in times of crisis. It is win-win situation. And you know, Operation, even we are having the vaccine Maitri, even we have supplied the COVID-19 vaccines to the adjoining countries. And of course, many people criticize that, saying that India is having shortage of vaccines, but still they are supplying to the neighboring countries. Okay, leave it. Now, again, so capacity building, it is a common term for anything. So capacity building in all spheres, maybe Navy, even Air Force, even the communications, etc. Now, such kind of things in the global arena, like Operation Prosperity Guardian, you can take such examples to strengthen our systems. How the most advanced countries are maintaining their, this maritime security. Operation Prosperity Guardian, initiated by the US with allies like the UK, Bahrain, and Canada to protect maritime traffic from drone threats. So this is about the drone. Now, so copra, that is the coconut. The central government has increased the minimum support price for the copra. And of course, in Indian geography, agriculture, we have discussed, it is nothing but our coconut. And what is the scientific name of coconut? Madam Asma Jabin, scientific name of coconut. Scientific name of coconut, nobody is able to answer. I don't know what happened to you. Yes, Aparna and Akhilasri, Bhagavati, Himabindu, yes. Coco nucifera. And India is the largest producer of the coconut in the world. India is the largest producer of coconut in the world. Okay, Cocos nucifera is the scientific name. It is having a lot of commercial value. You know, coconut, coconut water, coconut jaggery, coconut oil, virgin coconut oil, and even Kerala people will use coconut oil as the medium for cooking. And even nowadays, few people are encouraging are encourage the people to use the coconut oil as it is having the medium chain triglycerides, which are must for a growth of immunity in the body. Along with that, the outer shell. Beyond outer shell, you are having the coir, and this coir is used in the manufacture of mattresses. So, from sewing to ultimate coir industry, coconut plant or what you say, farms are providing, employment opportunities to millions of people. There is no doubt in it. Even nowadays, coconut-based ice creams are also manufactured. Yes, coconut-based ice creams. Okay? Yes. So this is the importance of coconut, and you have to remember India is the largest producer of coconut in the world. Yes. And in India, Kerala is the largest producer. So now minimum support price in India came into existence from year 1965 on the recommendations of which committee? So on the recommendations of LK Jha committee, the concept of minimum support price came into existence with the aim of safeguarding the interest of the farmers. Okay? Yes. Now, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs will take the decision and it will approve the minimum support price. And it is chaired by Honorable Prime Minister. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved the minimum support price for copra for 2024 season. Before the season only, the government will declare the minimum support price. Even it will give the prices for Kharif and also Rabi. Kharif and also Rabi. Kharif season will start in the month of May, June, and Rabi, September, October. Before sowing, the government will declare the minimum support price. It guarantees the farmer that whenever your crop comes, we are ready to take at the stipulated the price. That is MSP. Yeah. No issue. And MSP is fixed by the central government. Even state government can also extend it or increase it, but that is called as the bonus. Suppose now take the example of Telangana. In the manifesto, Congress said that they are going to give a bonus of 500 rupees for paddy. So, addition to MSP, it is called as the bonus by the state. And as far as sugar is concerned, the MSP of sugar is called as FRP, fair and remunerative price. FRP, fair and remunerative price. Okay, this is about the minimum support price. Yes. Now, the move aims to provide better returns to coconut growers, encourage copra production, and meet the growing demand for coconut products. Just now I told you, even in the ice creams also, they are using the coconut-based ice cream. And in the KPHB metro, there is one counter. Of course, it is a kiosk selling the coconut water-based juices. If you put the money, it will give us exactly change and dump one bottle of juice, purely made with the coconut. So day by day, the importance of coconut and usage has increased. You can see the tender coconut prices have doubled within 2 years. Earlier it was 20 or 25 rupees. Now it is 50 rupees, if I am not wrong. Tender coconut, 50 rupees, 45 or 50 rupees. Yes. Why? Because of the gap between demand supply. Supply is constant, but demand is increasing. Everybody is propagating to use the coconut oil in some or other way. Yes. And meet the growing demand for coconut products. Copra is the dried white flesh of the coconut. Copra means insides, what you say, white. And it is it is converted into many forms. It is desiccated to remove the moisture and packed. That is called as the copra. Okay. White from the coconut, it is a major cash crop and is valued for the coconut oil that can be extracted from it. Not only coconut oil, just now I told about, even coir, it is having a lot of commercial application, especially in the manufacture of the mattresses. Yes. And of course, we have discussed with regard to this MSP, and even I told you crops under MSP, the CACP, the CACP Okay. The CSCP recommends MSPs for 22 mandated crops and fair and remunerative price for sugarcane. The mandated crops include 14 crops of the Kharif, 6 Rabi crops, and two other commercial crops, and the 3 kinds of productive cost. And CACP will consider all these A2 plus FL, and C2. And I told you in the last week only. In the last week class, I told you they will consider all these aspects to fix the minimum support price such that the farmer's interest is not deprived. Yes. CSCP consider both A2 plus FL and C2 cost while recommending the MSP. Of course. Now, this is with regard to the MSP of the Cobra as it is in the news, and we have every year the central government will give the minimum support price for various commodities, including wheat, paddy, etc. Yeah. And its main aim is to see that farmers' interest is not deprived. Okay. Now, see, in the world scenario, the demand for Indian labor is increasing. Even, see, now there is a conflict between the Israel and Palestine. Of course, Gaza Strip. What Israel has removed nearly thousands of Palestinians from their work. And now Indians are going to the Israel to work or replace Palestinians. Take the example of New Zealand. It is having very less population. So many Indians are there. You go to any corner of the country, now the presence of Indians is sine qua non must. Of course, it is having both positive and negative effect. The first negative effect is brain drain. All our brains will go outside and work for other countries. And the positive effect is remittances. You know, India is the country which occupies first rank as far as remittances are concerned. All our Indians who are working outside, they are pumping the money towards India to parents or in the form of investments, etc. Indian labor demand in foreign countries seeking Indian workers. Greece for seasonal agricultural workers, Italy for municipal bodies. Only for example, Israel and also France. In all sectors, in all countries, in all sectors, there is demand for Indian laborers. And if you take the example of Middle East, from long period, our Indians are working in the Middle East. So now, even government is taking steps to see that Indians will render their service in a fair manner by imparting them the necessary skills. That too, destination-based skills. What sort of skills are required for a person, for an Indian, to work in UAE or in Greece? Accordingly, with the help of that countries, they are imparting the skills. Okay? As per recent government data, there are around 13 million Indian nationals abroad, including laborers and professionals and experts, the highest being in UAE, around 35 lakhs. Now, government steps, these are very important steps taken by the government to ensure good jobs and also safety, not illegal migration. Like in the time and again, you will see in the media that few people were sent to the Dubai without any proper documents by the agents, and now they are suffering a lot on the roads of Dubai, etc. Now, government steps. Pravasi Kaushal Vikas Yojana, skill development initiative by the Ministry of External Affairs in partnership with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, focuses on training and certifying the Indian workforce for overseas employment. They will give the certificate. And even that skills are destination based. Which country wanted which sort of skills? They are imported and they are sent. Automatically, they will have a good livelihood, no doubt in it. Skill India International Centers. The government announced 30 Skill India International Centers in the 2023-24 budget. Provides destination-based skilling, reskilling, immigration assistance. Earlier, what happened? Brokers used to send them. Automatically, they faced lot of hardship. Now, government wanted to put an end to such kind of hardship faced by the migrant laborers. And post and post placement supposed offers domain skills training on international standards and pre-departure orientation training. Everything. Labor agreements. India has signed 17 agreements with various countries between 15 and 23 to facilitate the movement of labor without any tensions. Yes. Of course, benefits of sending Indian labor force, just now I told you, remittances in the form of dollars. Okay, that is good. And even goodwill. So Indians will earn good name there. Like we would take the example of our Satya Nadenla and another, another person, Sundar Pichaya. Yes. Skilled migrant laborers act as informal ambassadors of India. Yes. You try to remember this. But what is the, negative impact? So that is negative impact is the brain drain. And even sometimes a person who migrated to, say, America, he will become rich and he may not show interest to invest in India. Rather, he will invest in USA only. Okay, of course, everything will have both pros and cons. But whatever may be the case, now, what is conscientious objector? Of course, a small word you can remember very easily. Conscientious objector means a person will act based on his conscience. A Israeli soldier refused to join the military against this what do you say, Palestinians or Hamas, saying that I don't want to fight with them. I want a peaceful resolution. Of course, action was taken on that boy. Understand? That is the meaning of the consensus objector. Israeli youth, 18-year-old Tal Mitnick, have been imprisoned in Israel for consensus objection to military service, particularly the assault on Gaza. He said that I am not interested in participating in war. I want a peaceful resolution, no doubt. Take the example of Ashoka. After Kalinga War in 261 BC, he changed his mind. He replaced Berigosha by Dhammagosa. He wanted to win over the adjoining kings by virtue, not by physical conflicts. Okay? Yes. What is conscience? Conscience refers to an individual. See, Mitnick's refusal is based on a commitment to working directly for a solution rather than participating in oppression and bloodshed. But terrorists will not listen, because India is a country which has felt the heat of the terrorists since it got the independence. You can see time and again Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, they will not listen. Yes, so they require operation and bloodshed. They will not listen. Yeah. What is conscience? Conscience refer to an individual's internal moral and ethical awareness guiding their sense of right and wrong. Yes. Everybody is having conscience. But even you people are also not listening to your conscience. Early morning, your conscience says that, sir came to the class, please come to the class. What you will do against your conscience? You will sleep in the hostels. Okay? Yes. What is a conscientious objector? It is an individual who refuses to perform military service based on their conscience, often for ideological or religious reasons. Because he wanted to preach the non-violence. No doubt in it. Non-violence weapon is having a lot of value. And it was popularized by our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Yes. Okay. Now, Veer Bal Divas recently observed the martyrdom of the younger sons of Guru Gobind Singh, last Sikh Guru, who is the founder of the Khalsa Divas or Khalsa, Guru Gobind Singh. Last Sikh Guru is Guru Gobind Singh. After Guru Gobind Singh, the Sikh Confederacy went into the hands of the Sikh leader. Who is the immediate Sikh leader after Guru Gobind Singh? Who is the immediate Sikh leader after Guru Gobind Singh? Yes, Banda Bahadur. Banda Bahadur. And Banda Bahadur was killed by which ruler? Banda Bahadur was killed by which ruler? Not directly. At the instigation of that ruler, Banda Bahadur was killed. Yes, yes, yes. Farooq Shiar. Farooq Shiar. Excellent. That is Farooq Shiar. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Yeah. Veer Bala Divas, which is observed on December 26, commemorate the martyrdom of Guru Gobind Singh's younger sons, Sahibzada Zorawar Singh and Sahibzada Fateh Singh, along with their grandmother Mata Gujari. This day was officially designated as Veer Bala Divas by the Indian government in January 2022. Okay? And actually, they were imprisoned and even they were ready to convert into Islam. In spite of this, in spite of that, they were killed by throwing bricks on them. Yes, they killed by throwing bricks. Brick batting, what you say. Yes. In December 1704, during the Battle of Chamkaur, the Mughals and Hill Kings attacked Anandpur Sahib, which is the headquarters of Sikh Confederacy. Guru Gobind Singh's family was separated, okay, and younger sons and their grandmother were imprisoned. And despite offers to convert to Islam, they refused and were bricked alive. Understand? Like Aurangzeb ordered to kill Shambhaji and Kavi Kailash, cutting limb by limb, day by day. They were tortured to death. Understand? So because such incidents, of course, not all kings, even you are having great kings like Akbar, British historians or European historians termed Islamic rule as tyranny and considered Hindu rulers are as benevolent. Because of this sort of incidents. Of course, there are many benevolent rulers among the Muslim rulers. Even Qutub Shahis were excellent. Akbar was excellent. Many kings. Yes. Of course, Guru Gobind Singh is the last Sikh Guru and he is the founder of the Khalsa. Now, researchers have discovered a groundbreaking thing, that is electronic soil. So this soil is made and it is widely used in hydroponics. You know what is meant by hydroponics? Just plants are grown in the water. Say this is the pipe, you will have the water and roots will be there here and few nutrients are supplied like fertilizers, etc. and the plant will grow. When you come to the importance of e-soil, this is a conductive particle, okay? And through the supply of electricity, it will stimulate the growth of the plant, just like the natural soil. Now, we are having a lot of food security. So even in our house also, on the terrace, we may go for the practice of hydroponics. Okay? So groundbreaking research. Researchers introduced a groundbreaking study on electronic soil, e-soil, in the hydroponics. So where total water will be there and roots like we keep money plant in our house. Money plant totally in a bottle. Of course, it will not give money, but more than that, that is greenery. Okay? Yes. E-soil is a stick hydroponics offering the potential for sustainable urban agriculture and food security, no doubt in it. E-soil is an electrically conductive growth substrate derived from cellulose and a conductive polymer means where we can transfer the electrons, that is the power. Conductive polymer. It stimulates plant roots and the growth environment with low power, providing a safer and environmental friendly alternative to traditional methods. No doubt in it. Necessity is the mother of invention. It is one example. Yes. So, and even we can grow many range of crops. It is also very important. Daily you cannot eat tomatoes. One day tomato, one day beans, one day other one. Automatically, you have to grow wide varieties of crops. The benefits of e-soil include low energy consumption, safety and its compatibility with hydroponics, enabling urban agriculture to meet the challenges of food security. Now, recently India has launched the MedTech Mitra. MedTech Mitra. MedTech Mitra. See, nowadays, the number of people facing the diseases are increasing day by day because of our lifestyle. Along with that, even this COVID-19 is also active. Again, you can see in the papers that a person died in Hyderabad, second death in Hyderabad because COVID-19, no doubt in it. Some sort of virus is again attacking and people are becoming unhealthy. Yes, few people are even breathing their last, no doubt in it. Yes. So actually the problem is 80% of the requirements in the medical industry we are importing from the foreign countries. So automatically whenever you are, we are importing, they will become costly. And even the repair of that machine is also very tough because you will not get the parts. Now take the example of a diagnostic center. The machine which gives the clear picture of the blood, various parameters, it is we are importing from the foreign countries. The aim of this MedTech Mitra is to see that all these are manufactured indigenously. That is the aim of MedTech Mitra. To boost the startups in this sector, etc. The Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare in India has launched the MedTech Mitra initiative to empower innovators and advanced healthcare solutions in the country. Now, we are getting all the advanced equipment from the foreign countries. The initiative aims to support and collaborate with technology innovators and startups in the medical technology sector with the aim of minimizing the import. It will facilitate indigenous development of affordable quality medtech devices and diagnostic, leading to reduction in import dependence, presently around 80% in medtech. 80% we are importing. Even in the labs, we will use various types of reagents. At the time of COVID-19, the price of reagents was doubled or tripled, and even we could not get the reagents because of the problems of the lockdown. Most of the reagents are supplied by the China. Are able to follow simple MedTech Mitra aim is to see that imports will be reduced and they will give boost for the Indian startups. Yes. Now Pong Dam. Pong Dam is on the Bias. Bias is a tributary of the river Indus. Okay. Even it is also called as the Maharana Pratap Sagar. The state government is actually by the side of, we have discussed the last class, eco-sensitive zone. eco-sensitive zone. In the last class, we have discussed. Around the biosphere reserve or national sanctuary, it is a duty of the government to see that up to 10 kilometers, some activities of human being are not permitted because they will cause harm to the environment. Even beyond 10 kilometers also, eco-sensitive zone area can be increased by the central government. We have discussed the same thing in the last class. Eco-sensitive zone. So here, the state government is revisiting the concept of the eco-sensitive zone around the Pong Dam. The state government is re-evaluate the extent of the eco-sensitive zone around the Pong Dam to elevate the difficulties. Elevate means minimize difficulties faced by local residents and enable farming during periods of reduced water levels. Because of this eco-sensitive zone, the people are facing a lot of problems. So they want to reduce that area such that people may increase their living standards. About the Pong Dam Wildlife Sanctuary, it is located in the Kangra district of Himachal Pradesh, India, a significant protected area known for its diverse flora and fauna. Pong Dam Lake, Maharana Pratap Sagar Lake, is a man-made reservoir created in 1975 with construction of dam on the river Bias. Of course, this reservoir was declared as wildlife sanctuary in 1983, and Pong Dam Lake was designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. The aim of the Ramsar Convention is to preserve the wetlands. There are many Ramsar sites in India. Yes. Pong Dam Lake was designated as a Ramsar site in 2002. There is a vulture cave in Pong. Even vulture is an endangered species now, where the animal carcasses are thrown for these vultures. And vultures are getting threatened because of a injection, diclofenac, if I am not wrong, giving to the animals. And it is staying in the flesh of the animals, and vultures, by consuming that, they are subject to death. And the same diclofenac we are using as the painkillers. Headache, take diclofenac. Now the reformed version is the aceclofenac, if I am not wrong. Okay. Now, RODTEP, the remission of duties and taxes on exported product scheme. Remember this, practical. The remission of duties and taxes on exported products. Suppose if I am exporting, say, paddy for understanding purpose. Actually, they will charge excise duty, etc., etc. But in course of time, they will give back to me. And the aim of this is to see that there are good exports by which we will earn the foreign exchange. And even if anything is surplus in the country, if you move them outside, automatically you will get the monetary benefit. It is in the news because earlier this measure or the implementation of this program for sugar was stopped in recent days because sugar prices were soaring and they thought that we have to discourage the exporters. So they have stopped that. For sugar, they have not given this remission. So again, the government is considering to see that the sugar exporters will get the benefit of this scheme. Earlier, they stopped because the prices of sugar are increasing in India, and sugar is highly consumed by Indians. Especially, we will consume more sweets. So you remember this scheme. The remission of duties and taxes on exported products has been introduced with the aim of neutralizing the tax and duties incurring on exported goods. So while we are exporting, we have to pay, but they will be remitted in course of time to encourage the exporters because we are in need of the foreign exchange. The Indian government is exploring options to reinstate tax remission benefits for sugar exports. Earlier they were there, but in recent days they have stopped this scheme to sugar because the price of sugar in Indian market were increasing, which were excluded from the remission of duties and taxes on export products scheme in June 2022. Again, now they want to give to sugar. They are studying. And see, this is causing lot of problem for the sugar industries. See, the sugar is between 45 to 55 rupees based on the quality. And sugar industries are forced to purchase the sugar cane at fair and remunerative price. They cannot purchase at a lesser rate. And again, they are forced to sell the sugar at a lesser rate, which is fixed by the government. It is the reason why many sugar industries are running in losses, and they are forced to pay. They could not pay thousands of crores to the farmers. Yes, because they are not getting the profits from where they will give the farmers. So purposefully, indirectly, government policy is ruining the sugar industry. After all, sugar daily we will not consume kgs together, but still government is putting a lot of restrictions because tea is consumed heavily by Indians. Of course, it may not be wrong, but not too suppression on the factories because they are running in losses. So nothing will happen if the price of the sugar increases by 10 rupees. Okay? Of course, they know what to do, but still it is my opinion. Now, you know Zeomart has partnered with the self-help groups. Suppose in a rural area, a self-help group is manufacturing a item. Now they can place that item in the Zeomart for the sale, like Amazon platform. So Zeomart platform. Now what happens? Even a remote area in India will have the benefits of the international market. So it is the empowerment of the self-help groups, empowerment of the rural masses, minimizing the unemployment problems in the rural areas. And here, how even you can assess how a private player can contribute for the development of overall country. If common people get benefited, automatically country will also get benefited. It is with regard to that one. And you know, you're having a concept called as credit rating. Credit rating agencies will assess the credit worthiness of an individual and also country as a whole, and also organizations like industries like Reliance, etc., etc. For our individuals, we are having the CIBIL, Credit Information Bureau of India Limited, and every banker will extend loan based on the CIBIL score only. Okay? Yes. Now, what our government is saying, Indian government is saying that sovereign rating agencies means the agencies as a whole which are giving a rating for the country, they are called as a sovereign rating agencies. Like you are having Fitch, Moody's, S&P. And they are not giving the proper rating to India in spite of its abnormal growth. And even many people say that they will give importance for the Western countries rather than the India. See, in the ease of doing business, our rank has improved a lot. In 10 years, our rank has improved a lot. So our government is seeing that in every aspect, in terms of GDP, everything, we are most advanced. But you are not giving us appropriate rating. But still, investments have not stopped to India from the foreigners. Yes. The aim of these trade rating agencies is to see that whether the debt of the country is sustainable or not, and how far the investors' investment in the country are protected. Based on this rating only, the country will attract the funds. Of course, as far as my opinion is concerned, we are not facing any threat from the investors. But still, our government say that these people are not giving appropriate rating to the country. And you know, what is credit rating? Credit rating is an assessment of the creditworthiness of a borrower, including individual companies or countries. Take the example of Sri Lanka. Their condition is very bad. Their debt is not sustainable. Though India is having the debt, our debt is sustainable. And they will give importance for the debt to GDP ratio. But the problem in India in calculating GDP is 90% of our Indian economy is in the informal sector or unorganized sector. You will not get the perfect GDP. Yes, no doubt in it. Even in the villages, many items are exchanged among themselves. The value is not counted in the GDP. So we are having practical issues. Yes. What is sovereign credit rating? A sovereign credit rating is an independent assessment of country's creditworthiness. It evaluates the country's ability to repay debt without default, impacting the risk associated with investing in its debt instruments. Means, suppose say Maharaja bonds. India is giving the Maharaja bonds. Based on credit rating of that bond only, foreigners will invest. Whether India is having the capacity to repay that bond or not. Yes. Importance of credit rating. Of course, obtaining a good credit rating is crucial for assessing funding in the international bond market and attracting foreign investments. It also influences borrowing costs in global financial markets. Yes, if you are having good rating, you will get money at the lesser rate of interest. If you are having bad rating, you have to borrow at a borrow the money at high rate of interest. The same thing with the individual in the Indian banks also, among Indian banks also. If you are having good credit rating, you will get the loan at a lesser rate of interest. So remember this one. Key concerns raised by CEA. Concerns include the disadvantages rating methods for developing countries, lack of transparency in expert selection, unclear weights assigned to parameters and subjective assessment, favoring advanced economies. Between 2006 and 2022, India's GDP has risen and credit rating has not, foreign exchange reserves have increased, yet its credit rating remains lower than expected. Yes, no doubt. Last 10 years, not only last 10 years, last 20 years, we are growing, but we are not getting the appropriate rating. It is the concern. The main reason is they will consider only debt, debt to GDP ratio. Now, recently, the Parliament has passed a new law with regard to the registration process for the journals, newspapers, publishing companies, etc. Because till the time we were using the outdated law, which was made in the colonial era after the Sipai Mutiny, which was oppressive and repressive. The aim was to suppress the voice of the people. So Government of India passed a new law making it more liberalized, and even if any press or media company commits any mistake, of course they are penalized by monetary punishment, not by the cruel punishments. Yes, this is with regard to that. See, the current PRPB Act 1867 was aimed at curbing what the British government thought was the role of the press in the revolt of 1857. It was introduced during the viceroyship of Lord John Lawrence, 1864 to 1869. Lord John Lawrence. Now, see, many acts, see, this is a repressive. When you compare the colonial law and the present law, it was, repressive. Provides for the registration of newspaper, periodicals, and books, including its catalogs. Here you can do that by online. Required a printing press to be declared before the DM, district magistrate. Now no need. Online you can get. See here. Minor violations have the provision of imprisonment for up to 6 months. Minor violation. Tilak was imprisoned. Many people were imprisoned. Here, the bill decriminalizes violation under the Act for certain violations. Financial penalties have been proposed, not the imprisonment. See how cruel was the British law. And no appeal here. You are having a lot of appeals in the modern law. Of course, it is a mains question. I will forward this PDF. Yes. Now, the new law aims to expedite the title registration process, reducing the time from 2 to 3 years to just 60 days, benefiting small and medium publishers. And you know, before the passage of Rowlatt Act, you know, the main aim of passing Rowlatt Act was to suppress the revolutionary terrorism. And the act was not welcomed by Mahatma Gandhi. It is one of the reason by him to initiate the non-cooperation movement. But before Rowlatt Act only, by passing some or other act, they suppress the voice of Indians, voice of press. Okay? Setbacks, okay. Setbacks, sorry, you know, one of the earliest publication was the Bengal Gazette. Bengal Gazette or Calcutta Advertiser, started by the James Augustine Hickey. When he, yes, James Augustine Hickey, when he has criticized the policies of British, the press was seized and he was imprisoned. You know, this is just the beginning of multiple setbacks to be faced by the Indian press. One of the earliest publications was the Bengal Gazette, which was seized in 1782 for its outspoken criticism. This is just the beginning of multiple setbacks to be faced by the Indian press. Try to remember this. James Augustine Hickey, Calcutta Advertiser. Now, setbacks faced by the press before the independence. Censorship of Press Act 1799. We may expect this in the UPSC prelims. Censorship of Press Act 1799 was passed to impose wartime press restrictions as well as anticipated French invasion. And you know, Lord Wellesley is known for the introduction of the subsidiary alliance, which princely state first accepted and signed the subsidiary alliance. Yes, Hyderabad Nizam. What is the name of the Nizam? Nizam Ali Khan. Nizam Ali Khan. Okay? Yes. Now, licensing regulation 1823 was passed, which stated that starting a press without a license was a penal offense. This was mostly directed against the Indian publications. And you know, section 124A, sedition, introduced in 1870, provided for the offense of any words, signs, or visible representation that could create any disaffection towards the British government were made a criminal offense. The Vernacular Press Act of 1878. Who was the Governor General of India in 1878? In 1878, who was the Governor General of India? So it is how you people are studying 1878. 1878. Lord Lytton, Unruthful Acts, Arms Act, Vernacular Press Act, only one answer, Achilles Sri, and also from Bhagavati Himabindu. Lord Lytton and our Asma Jabin. Vernacular Press Act, Arms Act, Lord Lytton, and a Darbar, in spite of India facing a famine. And because of it, bad acts only, national consciousness was awakened among the masses. But still you were unable to answer that. Lord Lytton. Yes. Okay. Then was passed to control the publication in vernacular language. Under this law, the magistrate was given extensive powers. The Newspaper Incitement to Offence Act 1908. All acts you try to remember. As a result of these restrictive laws, the Indian press suffered. Multiple publications were seized and many journalists, nationalists were arrested. For instance, Surendranath Banerjee was the first Indian journalist to be imprisoned. Similarly, Tilak was arrested after the murder of Rand, stating that his publication, Shivaji Utterances Inside the Act. Rand was the plague commissioner of Pune. Rand was murdered by whom? Who murdered the Rand? Tell me the names of the people. Yes, Chaplekar brothers are not two brothers. The first revolutionary act after Sipai Mutiny, excellent. Chaplekar brothers are not two brothers. The plague commission of Pune, Rand was murdered. We have discussed several times in our routine classes. Yes. And contribution of Indian press is excellent. Starting from Sipai Mutiny to all moments, press played a key role. Okay? Yes, I will forward this PDF. Thank you. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Meet for this class next week.